Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, seniors. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Shall I start presenting?
Yeah.
Okay. My study is on foveal reconstruction and association with post-operative visual outcome post-macular hole surgery. Macular hole surgery is one of the most gratifying posterior segment surgery with anatomic success rates of 85 to 100% and visual improvement rate of 85 to 95%. However, in several successful closure, there are several cases in which we get suboptimal visual improvement. So there are several prognostic indicators of macular hole. Among them, preoperative, one of the most important is minimal hole diameter. For post-operative changes, there was an article published by Kitao and al. that said that immediately post-operative, there is initial glial cell proliferation. Subsequently, external limiting membrane bridging occurs, and then these glial cells proliferate towards the inner retinal structures, and then ellipsoid zone develops, and then the CIZ, that is interdigitation zone, develops. So the aim of our study was to observe foveal reconstruction and association with post-operative visual outcome, and the objectives were to check the foveal layers to evaluate vision at different post-operative period and to assess the association. So it was a single-center retrospective observational study of 14 eyes of 14 different patients in a tertiary eye care center in Kolkata from January 2015 to January 2020. Inclusion criteria was idiopathic full-thickness macular hole, cases with all data available for preoperative and postoperative months 1, 3, 6, 12, and 18. Exclusion criteria were high myopia, history of ocular trauma or any other retinal surgeries, any other ocular comorbidities, or if the data was not available. So for all the visits, we took full history and standard ophthalmic examinations. Preoperatively, we took BCVA and OCT to find out stage and minimal hole diameter. Postoperative to find BCVA, OCT to check for ELN, EZ, CIZ reconstruction, glial cell proliferation disappearance, and to find association between BCVA and OCT features, and appearance of dissociated optic nerve fiber layer postoperative and their association with the type of surgery. All the surgeries were performed by a single surgeon under local anesthesia. 25 days pars plana vitrectomy was done with then tricot assisted PVD induction done. 0.025% brilliant blue green was used to stain ILM, and then internal limiting membrane peel or reverse flap technique or temporal flap was done. Then fluid gas exchange, and then gas was injected. So total number of eyes studied was 14, and a mean BCVA preoperative logMAR value was 0.78. Mean age was 64.57, symptom duration 3.68, and axial length 23.62. So we tried to find out correlation between post-op duration and the logMAR BCVA, and we found that it had a significant value, and by 12 months it became stable. Then correlation between BCVA and number of layers reconstructed. These are the number of layers reconstructed. This is post-operative month duration, and this is the logMAR BCVA. Both logMAR BCVA and layers reconstructed improved, and by 12 months both of them got stable, and there was a significant correlation. Then this is the logMAR BCVA postoperative. This is the postoperative duration, and these are the number of layers reconstructed. So by 1 month postoperative, most of the glial tissues appeared, and by 6 months, most of them disappeared. ELM, most of them appeared reconstructed by around 3 months, EZ by 6 months, and CIZ by 12 months. And there was a significant p-value. However, no significant association was found between DON-FL and type of surgery, but we could see that 100% of ILM cases, 50% of reverse flap technique, and only one case of temporal flap was there, and that to develop DON-FL. So there was a significant correlation seen between BCVA and layers of reconstructed by 12th and 18-month post-operative. And at the end of 18 months, out of 14 cases, 11 developed DLM, 10 developed CZ, and 8 patients developed CIZ. Glial proliferation was seen 1 month post-operative in 12 patients, and 10 of them disappeared by 3 months and remaining by 6 months. So when we compared with the article by Kitao et al., they had total number of eyes studied to 28, and ours was 14, and preoperative for our study was 0.78. For their preoperative logMAR BCVA mean was 0.70. Other parameters were comparable. Post-operatively, there was improvement on vision, but in our study, it became stable by 12 months. For them, it kept on improving beyond 12 months. And ELM developed at the most by 3 months in our study. For them, it was 12 months. EZ by 6 months, CIZ by 12 months in our study. For them, it kept on improving even beyond 12 months. So this is an example of good foveal reconstruction postoperatively with good visual outcome. This is an example of poor visual outcome with poor foveal reconstruction. So more the number of layers reconstruct postoperatively, better is the visual outcome, and it follows a sequence from external limiting membrane to EZ to CIZ. So in conclusion, postoperative BCVA is associated with foveal reconstruction, and it follows the sequence ELM to EZ to CIZ. And early appearance and disappearance of glial cell proliferation leads to good visual outcome. ELM reconstruct at the most by 3 months, and EZ at the most by 6 months, and CIZ at the most by 12 months. So limitation of the study is very small sample size, retrospective, non-randomized, and strength of our study is longer post-op duration in Indian population and better percentage of cases reconstructed ELM, EZ, CIZ, and earlier. So take-home messages: foveal reconstruction is an important prognostic indicator of macular hole surgery, and visual outcomes post-macular hole surgery can be predicted by post-op configurations. Thank you.